going off of the topic, advocating for yourself, I was just wondering, like, how you have advocated for yourself throughout this process, and if you've had to, like, really, like, get through some really hard spots in order to get where you are now, working your way up, how that's gone, and what kind of challenges you've had to face throughout that.
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's something I'm continually learning. And there's there's two kind of aspects to it that I can see. One is that as a woman, I'm very conditioned to say yes and to be helpful and to just not even question, to like, yes, I'll take on everything. I can do this for you. So I think one way that I've learned to advocate for myself is to learn when to say no. I think that's a huge thing to learn, to set
Mhm.
boundaries, to say, no, I can't take this on right now, actually. Um, then also in turn, as a creative person, to learn to speak up for yourself in terms of payment. A lot of people expect creative people to do things for free. And so to be able to say like, oh, sure, I'll do this, but here's my fee. Um, and and to not shy away from finances.
Mhm.
But then the other thing that I'm thinking of when you first asked that question was, um, I was in a class in my undergraduate, and it was like a filmmaking class. And I came into the class late. Like I got into the class a bit late for some reason. And everyone else had paired up to work on these film projects. And the professor had said, like you can join one of these groups, and maybe you can like hold a boom mic in the background and do sound, or maybe you can do some sort of like arbitrary role for this group project. And I
Mhm.
was like, okay, but that doesn't really sound exciting. That doesn't really sound like I'm going to get anything out of this experience. And
Mhm.
so I asked, hey, I have like minimal experience in claymation and stop motion. Would you be okay if I did the project on my own, and did a stop motion project? And my prof said, sure, like, yeah, if you feel comfortable. And then that experience led to me making this film that then was a part of the Montreal World Film Festival in like the student division, and then won best animation. And then that sort of like steamrolled this whole creative um, train, just sort of
Mhm.
like went off from this one moment of me being like, actually, I don't want to hold a boom mic in the back. I want to do something on my
Mhm.
own. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what came to mind when you said that.
Yeah, that's so cool. It's so cool because it could have gone two completely different ways, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, it really does come down to what you do at the end of the day, right? Not what other people do for you. Like you really do have to advocate for yourself and um really like put yourself in these situations
mm-hmm.
and stand up for yourself. Otherwise, yeah, you're just gonna get left on the sidelines and doing things like, yeah, like background work and stuff that isn't necessarily going to be so fulfilling and not going to show your strengths. Like this hasn't, obviously it clearly did, because look where it took you, such a different path than what it could have been. So I think that's
it's
really cool.